You've probably heard it. She's overtired. He's too overtired to sleep. This is happening because he's overtired. But what if I told you that most of what we think we know about overtiredness is actually based on a misunderstanding? In this video, we're going to unpack what overtired really means, what's actually going on biologically, and why this idea has become such a go-to explanation for everything from bedtime battles to night waking. And stick around to the end because I'll be sharing how understanding this one concept can completely transform how you support sleep, especially when things feel stuck. I'm Lindsay, co-founder of the Holistic Sleep Coaching Program, where we've trained over 700 sleep coaches worldwide to support families with confidence, evidence, and compassion. But first, meet Lucy. Lucy's story is one I hear all the time. Like many new parents, she was completely overwhelmed by conflicting sleep advice. She struggled not just with her baby's sleep, but with the entire transition into motherhood. The loudest voices were pushing rigid routines and sleep training, none of which felt right. Eventually, she found a more responsive approach and trained with us at HSCP. Now she's supporting other families through the same confusion she once felt, with clarity, confidence, and care. Her journey is a perfect reminder that sleep doesn't have to be about rules. It can be about relationship and regulation. Now let's get clear. Overtired is often used to describe a child who's fussy, hard to settle, or wakes frequently at night. But here's the thing. Being tired doesn't prevent us from sleeping. In fact, when we're really tired, we tend to fall asleep faster. So what's really going on? The real issue isn't overtiredness, it's dysregulation. When a child is upset, overstimulated, or emotionally unsettled, they're in a stress state, and sleep becomes harder to access. Sleep occurs in a parasympathetic nervous system state. So if a child is dysregulated, sleep is naturally harder to achieve. Studies on adults who are sleep deprived, like the Elmenhorst study, show that sleep deprivation shortens sleep latency and leads to deep sleep and REM rebound. The brain prioritizes sleep. And even in sleep deprived children, once they're able to sleep, their brains catch up. Sleep returns to baseline within a night or two. So fatigue doesn't block sleep. What does? Stress, dysregulation, environment, circadian rhythm, and that leads us to a big point of confusion. Have you ever seen a child who's suddenly full of energy right around bedtime? Parents often assume they're overtired and missed their window, but what they're probably seeing is the wake maintenance zone. This is a normal part of the circadian rhythm when alertness rises before melatonin peaks. Trying to force sleep during this window will usually backfire. But rather than recognizing this, the mainstream advice is often try an earlier bedtime, which just repeats the cycle. When we label a child as overtired, we risk missing what's actually happening. If we instead use the word dysregulated, we shift our perspective. Dysregulated children need support, right? Not earlier bedtimes necessarily or longer naps. The reframing opens the door to curiosity. What's causing this dysregulation? Is it sensory? Is it emotional? Environmental? Understanding this helps us respond more accurately and with more compassion. Now, some children have high sleep needs. Others are more sensitive to sleep pressure. Some show clear tired cues, while others go from calm to meltdown in seconds. It's not about finding the perfect schedule. It's about observing the child in front of you. Helping parents understand behavioural cues and recognising the difference between genuine fatigue and emotional dysregulation can make a huge difference in how they respond. Now let's talk about night waking. Many parents say if my baby skips a nap or goes to bed late, they wake more overnight. And I would never dismiss lived experience. But what's likely happening here is not that they're too tired to sleep. It's that they're going to bed dysregulated. And just like us, if a child ends their day in a stress state, it affects the quality of their sleep. Here's what really influences whether a child can fall asleep and stay asleep. 1, are they tired enough? That's about sleep pressure. Are they calm enough? That's about regulation. And is it the right biological time? That's the circadian rhythm talking. If one of these is off, sleep will be harder. The mainstream narrative often says more sleep equals better sleep, but that's not always true. In fact, trying to force extra naps or early bedtimes can make sleep less efficient, especially if the timing clashes with the circadian rhythm. So what should we do? Validate the parent's experience, but gently explain what overtired usually means, a child who's dysregulated. Observe the full picture: temperament, sensitivity, cues, environment, stress. Focus on regulation, not just more sleep. Adjust bedtime based on biology, not fear of overtiredness. Teach parents to read behavioural cues, not just follow charts. And help families let go of rigid narratives and move towards flexible, responsive strategies. Now, there's only so much sleep you can achieve in a 24-hour period. The goal isn't to chase an ideal, it's to understand what's happening beneath the surface. When we stop blaming overtiredness and start recognising dysregulation, everything changes. We move from control to connection. If this makes sense, then why not come and join us in the Holistic Sleep Coaching Programme? We go deep into the science of sleep so that you can confidently support families with strategies that feel respectful, make sense, and crucially, work really well. Click the link below to book a free call with our team. And if you found this helpful and want to go deeper into the science of sleep biology, check out our other video all about how circadian rhythms and sleep pressure interact. It'll give you even more tools to support families in a truly holistic way. See you there.